So I was heading westbound on 5400 South when I observed a silver Acura Integra. He was actually weaving in and out of traffic, heading westbound. I saw him at about 4800 South, or 4800 West and 5400 South. I got up behind the vehicle, and he actually ended up slamming on his brakes because apparently I was too close to him. At that point, he merged over into the left lane, and I pulled up next to him. And by the time that I turned my head to the left to look at him, there was already a firearm pointed at me, and he had his passenger window rolled up at the time. I looked away as soon as I seen the firearm. I kind of did a little bit of a duck, and that's when the shot went off. He fired around through his passenger window and struck me in my hat. It went through my hat, up into my headliner in the car. The round exploded inside there and flew right past my girlfriend's face in the passenger seat and went out the window. At that point, the suspect still had his hand up in the air with the gun in it after he shot, and immediately took a left going southbound and tried to flee from me. And then I pulled off to the side of the road, and that's when I talked to law enforcement, or I called law enforcement, and they showed up and found him later on down the road. And he was reportedly very apologetic about it. He didn't know what came over him, and he was saying sorry over and over again. And now I think that me and my girl are going to be suffering from some traumatic, what would you say? Some PTSD, I guess.
Yeah.
We're pretty shook about it.
Yeah, pretty shaken up about it.
There was no verbal exchange between us. Like, there was no words spoken between us. It happened very fast. It was within a period of probably 10 seconds total. The whole incident. We actually never came to a stop together. We were continuously rolling westbound on 5400 South.
Okay.
It was probably about a half a mile, maybe.
Okay, it's not even bad.
It wasn't very far. No, it wasn't even. We weren't even quite to 5600 West yet. I got up behind him, and I was probably within 10 feet behind his vehicle when he slammed on the brakes, and immediately caused me to slam on the brakes. And then right after that, he jumped over into the left lane. My car, I got up next to him, and he already had a firearm pointed at me, and at that point, he's already shot the round. We never even exchanged word. All we did was we made eye contact, and that's about it. So actually, when the round hit me, my head wasn't quite turned away from him, but it was at about this angle, and the round hit my hat, and it had enough pressure that when it hit my forehead, it actually gave me quite a good concussion. Like, it gave me a good headache. And then it blew my hat off of my head, and it went down onto the passenger floorboard of the vehicle. And then my car was full of smoke. There was smoke inside of it from the round hitting there and exploding. So my exact words, and I'm going to hold the profanity, but my exact words were, I had just been shot in the head. And I expressed that to my girlfriend in the passenger seat. I said, "Holy cow, I've been shot in my head," and my hat was off, and it felt like I was hitting the side of my temple, and it felt like it came out of my forehead. So I immediately panicked. After I saw the vehicle turn, I stopped and got out, and I was feeling my head for blood, and for holes, but I couldn't feel anything or see any blood. But I was under a very big adrenaline rush. I'm not going to make myself a victim. I think that what he did was, on his end, an error, and I don't know for sure, but I think he might regret what he's done. But now for me and for my girlfriend as well, we've both been pretty upset, and we've been pretty quiet about it. We don't really converse about the situation. We actually have a lot of friends in common. We have a lot of mutual friends with each other. So
Sorry about that, yeah.
it's kind of a tough situation. They've got to be able to pick sides, and
Yeah.
But
So,
I just wanted to make sure that it was clear that me and him didn't have any verbal exchange with each other, and that it was basically unprovoked. Whether he was having a good day or bad day, I'm not aware of that. I just know that it's a scary situation, and I think that everybody needs to be more cautious about what's going on the road when it comes to road rage.